Hey YouTubers, this is old John. I'm going to make a video here of unbonding my generator. I learned through the help of Chad Smith, who reviewed my videos that maybe some of you have seen, and I'll put links to them if you haven't, where I put an outside outlet on my house for my generator to hook into, and then wired that into my panel into a dedicated 30 amp breaker, which then allows me to backfeed power from the generator into the panel and then into the house. And then this is separated from the outside power by a switch, and I show you how to put that on. But anyway, the power panel, where your main house wiring and wiring from the outside come together, the neutral and the ground wires are already connected, so there's a ground, and of course that goes out to your ground outside, which is usually a post. But when you hook your generator up, generators typically are grounded, and here's my generator. It's a Briggs Stratton, so you can see 5550 watts, and it's 8550 starting. It's grounded to the frame, and the problem is when you operate the generator, power can come back from the panel when the generator is connected to the panel and in through this wire into the frame, and then your frame can possibly shock you. So I don't know how big of a chance this is, but regardless, it's not something you want. Now I suppose one way to do this is just disconnecting the frame here with this nut, but I'm going to show you another way to do it that's recommended, and that's through the outlets. Here's my panel where you plug in your extension cords if you're going that route. Of course, having it wired into the house panel, you don't have to do this, but this is where the jumper is put in. So first you want to remove the housing over these outlets, and I've got a star type nut on mine. Okay, now this can be pulled down, push these wires down behind these clips that are holding them up, and look for jumpers, and looks like the jumper wire is right here on these 20 amp outlets. There's a jumper from here to here. It's green with a yellow trace line on it. So we remove that, and that's going to keep the generator from being grounded to the frame and prevent backfeed of power to the frame and shocking you. And this is on mine held on with a screw. Looks like I can probably take that off with a little screwdriver and remove it. So I'll do that now. Okay, I disconnected mine from these clips at the bottom so I can get to it a little more easily. Some of you may have bolts, additional bolts here, but I have these clips Basically, we want to take off the little bolts holding on these jumper wires, and those are on there pretty tight. But I loosened it, and then that allows me to pull off the jumper wire, and then I will take off the other side here, or I could just literally tie this down, and I might do that and keep it, as long as it doesn't obviously contact the place here. It's not going to allow electrical contact. But anyway, once you do that, either take it off on both legs or just one, then put your panel back up and on. And put the screws in, tighten them up, and you're done. So that's pretty simple. And someone on the good site that Chad Smith gave me, and I'll put a link to that below, made a note on here also. You probably should put probably in your manual, and then maybe on your generator switch or generator. Also recommended by a YouTuber that Chad Smith saw, and I'll provide a link to that below. He recommended you then also put a note on your generator and in your generator manual that you're floating, and in other words, the generator is not grounded to the panel, because if you use the generator for another application where you're just running something off out of these outlets and it's not connected into the house, then you'll want it grounded to the frame. So put a note, maybe a label up here, and then in your manual, or up on the top where all the other warning labels and so forth are on my generator. So one way or the other, label the generator so if someone else is using it, they'll know to connect the jumper back up when they're using it for other applications other than tying into your house. So anyway, hope this was helpful, and if you have any comments or additional ideas, leave them below. This is Old John signing off.